So I went over to my mom's spot the other day, and a lot of times when she does have the TV on, it will be on like, a gospel channel or some motivational channel. Anyway, there was a program that was on where the lady who was speaking said, and this is something we all know. She said, every story has a beginning, a middle, and an end. And that's reflective of our life as well, right? There's a beginning, we're born, there's a middle where we live, there's an end, right? And she also compared that to when we have a passion or a goal, right? Or a dream. You're excited, like, oh my gosh, I want to be a famous singer, I want to be a doctor, I want to open a business, whatever the case is, you're like excited. And you will share that excitement with your friends, especially in the social media era. Like sometimes they'll repost something that you've shared, because they're excited for you in that beginning stage. And then comes the middle where it starts to get hard because you don't achieve things overnight. You usually have to put in the work time and time again, day after day, week after week, month after month, and so forth. And then comes the middle part where she was talking about how you get to that middle part and sometimes you feel like you're all alone. And sometimes you are all alone because at the end of the day, like, it's your passion and your dream, and someone else isn't going to necessarily sustain that excitement that you feel, that passion for it throughout. So sometimes you're alone, you're an entrepreneur, starting out in business, you're up late hours, you're working 14-hour days, 12-hour days, longer, and it's just you, some of the times. And she was saying how it's the middle part where a lot of people give up because things start to get hard in that middle part where, sometimes you feel alone and sometimes you are in fact alone. But what happens when you push through to the end? The people who make it are the people who push through to the end. So the story doesn't, there's, I always say this, like, your life doesn't have to end up the way it began. So if you grew up in a crappy situation, then it doesn't have to end that way. It's the follow through when things get really hard. It's that extra fight and tapping into that soul. Like, I'm gonna do this, and I've talked about this before. It's something that I've had to do numerous times, and something that I attribute to why I'm still here. It's that thing where it's like you just refuse to give up. But so, like she said, you just have to get through that middle part. You just have to fight through that middle part and push through to the end. And as they say, you start to reap the benefits of the seeds that you've been sowing. So keep going.